Good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods this morning. Wow. Oh, what a night. Wow, these night games, man, they're rough. By the time I got finished closing up the studio, getting everything cleaned up, getting my man David Wiley back, I finally got back and got a chance to do my game ball video, which I think was 1:30 this morning. And got that done, went to bed, and I laid there and could not sleep. Because it was just what a feeling. Last night was the realization that this team is truly different. We've had games now, back-to-back weeks, that would be the typical pat yourself on the back moral victory type games that we'd end up losing, that we played well. We were close. We were against all the odds. And, you know, I hate to beat a dead horse on Jason Garrett. But with Jason Garrett, I always felt like we were a little league team. That you make sure that you pump up the kids. That they feel good about what they're doing, whether they win or lose. At the end of the season, you'd see Jason Garrett up at the podium. It was a good season. I'm proud of my guys. They competed every week. We got better. And it's just like, how can you be happy if you're not holding up the Lombardi? It's not a victory. You got one job. That's to get that ring. And too many times guys would make mistakes where it would seem like the coach would go in the other direction and avoid conflict, or he would be clapping him up. Don't worry, you'll get it. Don't worry, Johnny. I know you just made a boneheaded mistake that just cost us a game, but we'll get him next time. Great effort. Last night, as much as y'all want to give crap to Mike McCarthy and everybody's talking about clock management issues and things, understand something, because Sean Payton, let's look at Sean Payton. Sean Payton made the worst 2-minute drill that I've ever seen. They got lucky that they won the game. I want to see if anybody talks about Sean Payton and how stupid it was and how it almost cost him the game. 2 minutes ago, they got the ball on like the 15-yard line. A field goal could win the game. Touchdown gets you a 2-score lead. 2-minute warning. Tampa Bay's got 2 timeouts. This was a Jason Garrett all the way. Because I always say, run the damn ball. Or if you're going to pass it, make sure it's a short pass and keep it in the middle of the field. Incomplete pass. You burned off 5 seconds. If you had run the football and got no yards, Tampa Bay is going to have to use one of their timeouts to stop the clock so it doesn't run down, because then you can run off 40 seconds. You follow me? Instead of running off 40 seconds of the clock, you run off 5 seconds. Second down, incomplete pass again. They had burned off 8 seconds of the clock. Tampa Bay still does not have to take a timeout. You've gained no yards. You've only used up 8 seconds. Finally, they run the football. Tampa Bay burns up a timeout. They kick the field goal, and they leave Tampa Bay with a timeout and a minute 40 left for Tom Brady. They could have made Tampa Bay use both of their timeouts and left them with less than a minute and still kicked the field goal. That would be one of those things that Mike McCarthy, even though we won, they would be killing him today. And I say that because in the heat of battle, in the heat of moment, everybody makes mistakes. That the Dallas Cowboys are so microscopically analyzed that they look for anything in the world to go ahead and say, aha, they're shit. Okay. But Mike McCarthy, I think it was Terrell Basham, got the late hit, which is kind of a bullshit call. I love the look and then the conversation that he gave with the player. He held him accountable for his actions. He didn't clap him up. Don't worry about it. We'll get, you got to be smarter next time there, Johnny. Just be careful. Don't hit him late. No, he didn't do that. He lit into that ass. That is a difference right there. And instead of us finding ways to lose, we're finding ways to win. Instead of rolling over and dying because we lose a player, we're finding people that are stepping up into the breach and are performing. And as we get back players, we end up having more latent energy. That's my new word for this year, latent energy. The fact that you can look and say, okay, we've got a Lyle Collins who's ready to go ahead and go at tackle or guard. That guy should be starting on half the teams in the NFL at least. Now, we didn't get through this game unscathed, unfortunately. Sadly, Jabril Cox will be getting an MRI this morning, which they're fearing that it's going to be an ACL injury. Jabril Cox played a lot in special teams and was coming along on the defense, and there was a lot of hope and hype and stuff for him, but unfortunately, it looks like he may be done for the season. And that's the bad news, of course, for the Cowboys. Also, too, Tyron Smith sprained his ankle, the same one that he had already had hurt before. We don't know how severe it is, but we always know that Tyron Smith always misses like 3 games a year. So they'll be evaluating that. Ty Nsekhe, he literally tied up a guy with his arms for a holding penalty. And you can see he struggled a little bit there. Hopefully he gets his footing on there, or they rework the offensive line if Tyron Smith is going to be out for any length of times. And Diggs sprained his ankle. He was out the last couple of plays on the sideline. The good news on him is walking out of the stadium, they said, he's carrying his bags and stuff, and he's got his normal gant. So he looks to be okay. He'll be further evaluated today. And other news, too, of course, we just found out about this morning. And this is major because this is implications for a team. When you lose Derrick Henry, and he'll be getting an MRI this morning. Derrick Henry has a foot injury that may be a season ender. And if Derrick Henry is gone for the season, then you've got to look at the power shift in the AFC. If all of a sudden that's one of the big guns that they have, it truly then becomes on Ryan Tannehill's back. And this is one of those things that's kind of freaked me out. I haven't been this freaked out since the Zoltar machine in Big. But Brother Roz, the Rain Man, Brother Roz, when we first started talking with him, me and Stu and things, he kept saying that Derrick Henry was going to get hurt around week 6, that Derrick Henry was going to be lost for the season. It's week 8. And it's like, whoa. Mind blown on that one. So shout out to you, Roz, on getting that one. Pretty close to exactly. Ed, I'll give you a call later on because, wow, that's crazy. We, of course, have a lot to dissect with the Cowboys and everything else and all the ramifications of what happened with Tampa Bay losing, Cowboys winning. There's a lot to digest in the position, and now the Cowboys having a 3.5-game lead in the division. Even though you Eagles were feeling so good about beating the Lions yesterday, thinking that, all of a sudden we got a chance. I'm just wondering where you Eagle fans are this morning. Are you going to show up today, or are you just cockroaches that just come around for fair weather? And that's where we are at the moment. Let's go to Get Up this morning and listen to them talk about the Dallas Cowboys just a wee bit here on the Victory.
And pull it away. See how he pulls it away like a basketball rebound away from the DB. Great catch.
Happy Cowboys. Give me a happy family there. Cooper Rush. Oh, then give me happy Jerry. There we go. Jerry does. Cooper Rush throws for 325 yards. No Dak. No problem. Cowboys get the win. Dan, what does that win mean last night?
As of right now, the Cowboys are the best team in the NFC. To go on the road and play a good football team without your starting quarterback, you lose your left tackle, and win that football game, you're the best team. You are the team to beat in the NFC right now. The way Cooper Rush stepped up and played competent football around the pieces and just not hurting this football team so much and giving them the chance to win the game is a big deal. This game was run because of two things, turnovers, but really because the Cowboys defense had to go on the field in sudden change situations twice, right around midfield, and give up 0 points. And then Ezekiel Elliott, a little bit of throwback play on that 3rd and 11. This is old school Zeke. Catch the football and just, I'm going to be bigger, better, and tougher than you are in that moment. Cowboys are the team to beat in the NFC.
That was 3 things, but I'll allow it.
Okay.
Everybody's the defense. Let's talk about you and all morning. How about that, Cowboys? How about that defense?
That defense was ridiculous how good it was. And we knew going in, anytime you're playing a backup quarterback, your backup quarterback, your defense has to step up. We've talked about it all year about how this defense is not the same defense it was last year. It's not. This is one of the fastest defenses in the league. We talk about Diggs. We talk about Van Der Esch. We talk about all these guys. How about talking about the
Randy Gregory?
Gregory gets to the passer than anybody in the league. You wonder why we know about all the, all his problems that he's had. This is why they kept keeping him. And now you're seeing the benefits of it. And to me, that's why Dan can make the statement he can, because they're playing defense.
The Dallas Cowboys showed that they're more than Dak Prescott, right? We watched this team without Dak Prescott last year, and they couldn't score points. They couldn't even play defense. And now this team has taken a step up.
It's a team now.
I picked the Minnesota Vikings before Dak Prescott was out. It wasn't about a bum calf. It wasn't about not having your quarterback. I didn't believe that they could stop the Minnesota Vikings, and they did that. Michael Parsons is an absolute superstar, and it's crazy that we talked about it so much early on in the season, and now we've gotten away from it. Last night he lined up in 4 different positions, right? And even when you look at Trayvon Diggs, he didn't make the huge play, but he stopped giving up the big play, right? He stopped giving up yardage. He made plays throughout the entire night. And then you look at a guy like Cooper Rush, he said, you know what? I'm going to let my playmakers around me make plays. This is an un-Dallas Cowboys-like win. And if you're this team, you have to feel good going forward.
2 wins in a row that they never get in years past. The New England game,
Thank you.
By, and now this one. And it does beg a question, Rex. The calf is something you're going to deal with. The division is something to keep an eye on. If you're the coach of the Cowboys, are you giving some thought to keeping Dak in the bullpen, if you will, as long as this thing keeps rolling?
Yeah, I mean, you have to. If he's not healthy, you don't put him out there. And this was almost like you got a game in hand now. Like nobody thought you were going to win that.
Hey, listen.
It's house money.
I did.
So to me,
I did.
That's why, yes, unless Dak is 100%, don't put him out there.
Hey, listen, Greeny, I had a homeboy, right?
Yeah.
And every time we go out, he'd be like, RC, there's this girl, she really likes me. And every now and then, he'd lose that girl. You know why?
Why?
Because he'd go chase other girls. And he'd always be like, RC, a bird in the hand It's better than 2 in the bush. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys have a bird in the hand.
And it is?
So it's Cooper Rush.
Oh, yeah.
Be extremely smart about what you do with Dak Prescott, because you don't want to lose that girl that was talking to you when you first walked in the club looking for other girls.
How do I come after that? I think that when it comes to Dak and the calf, if he's going to tell you that I'm good enough to play and the doctors are going to say, okay, the rest has done its job, then they're going to play Dak Prescott. I thought they made the right decision.
But don't you think it's telling, though, that Dak Prescott was able to say, you know what, I don't feel right.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought I said going into the game, if you go on the road, he does not play and you lose, the season is still ahead of you. If you go into that game, he plays and you lose him, your season is many ways over.
They have Denver and Atlanta the next 2 weeks. Are those 2 games you could win with Cooper Rush? Maybe they are.
You can win those 2 games with Mike Greenberg.
That's what I'm saying.
With that defense.
All right, let me get to the next. Pittsburgh, Cleveland yesterday. What a dramatic game this was. How about Myles Garrett?
Okay. That's what we got, guys. We have the Dallas Cowboys. They are saying that the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in the NFC. So what does that mean? I think they're saying that the Dallas Cowboys are the best team in football then. Because I believe they were saying that, you got Baltimore, which, they did lose, of course, to Cincinnati. And Cincinnati, well, they just lost to the Jets. And, we thought about the Chargers were really, really good. And the Chargers, they're struggling. You've got the Titans, which were the ones, but now they've lost Derrick Henry. Is it possible? Oh, there's Kansas City. Can't forget Kansas City. Kansas City is ass. And we'll be watching them tonight with our exclusive Meltdown Cam for my boy. Pizzle will be wearing Who's Your Daddy shirt tonight. So, is it possible that the Dallas Cowboys should be considered the best team in football? I don't know. We'll hear what the experts have to say. But last night was a big win for the Cowboys. And this week, in fact, having the Cardinals lose to Green Bay, having Tampa Bay losing to New Orleans, unfortunately, losing their quarterback, Jameis Winston, he'll probably be lost for the season as well. You see this season kind of evolving and changing, and things are going for the Cowboys this year like I have not seen in forever. Hope you guys have a great day. We're going to be doing some work in the workshop there. We've got plenty of Joe Bartys we got to get done. We've got racks, all of you tailgate members. We had a few more that joined yesterday. Make sure you tailgate members as well as any of the channel members email me so that way I can get you your rack built and sent to you with your shot glasses. And the regular channel members, make sure you email me at cowboysmark94@gmail so we can get you your Joe Boo shot glass. The Cowboys will make you drink, but this year it's making you drink in celebration. You know how we roll.
Watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys?